KTS Tulsi. Yeah. Sri Naresh Gujral.
Yes, sir.
Sri Naresh Gujral.
No, I thought you had called me.
Oh, so sorry. You're there.
I'm there, sir.
I'm sorry. You came. Eh? Eh? Each person, pardon? No. It is not like that. When I came here, I just had a glance. Then he was not there. So I presumed he will not be there. I did not know he will be there. Sorry.
I'm grateful,
Sorry,
sir.
you are so great man. I cannot presume that you are absent when you are present. It's not possible. I can't. So, Tulsi Diburi.
Through you, I want to raise 3 concerns with regard to the finance bill. The first is with regard to making Aadhaar mandatory for various schemes. The second is removing the cap on the corporate funding. And the third is rubbishing several tribunals in a jiffy. With regard to Aadhaar, sir, I want to bring to the attention of this Honorable August House that the Section 29 of the Aadhaar Act 2016 as notified categorically provides that the core biometric information collected by the Unique Identification Authority of India under the Act shall not be shared with anyone for any reason whatsoever. Now that is a legislative provision. Now, when the Act is notified under the rules, what is being provided is that the agency, any individual agency or entity which collects the Aadhaar number and the document containing it shall obtain consent. Now, when the Act says it cannot be shared for any reason whatsoever, how can you prescribe a procedure of voluntary consent? Because that could be, consent could also be by force. When it is forbidden, the use of this card is forbidden for any other purpose whatsoever. It cannot be allowed to be introduced. And Section 8(3) further says that, which is contrary to, the rules are in conflict with Section 29, and they are also 8(3) is in conflict with Section 29. This is going to create a huge problem. The provisions, therefore, permitting sharing of biometric information by merely informing, which is taken to be consent, is wrought with danger. It was meant only for the purpose of delivering public services. Question is, how safe is our data? It has already been scrapped in UK as well as in France. The then Home Secretary, now Prime Minister, Theresa May, in 2010 said that there is she announced the end of the ID card project of 2010 and said that we need to balance national security and civil liberties. Australia in 2007 cancelled the social services access card because of the dangers which were inherent with the hacking or the leakage of that information. France in 2012 sought to justify this, but the Identification Protection Act was declared to be unconstitutional by the highest court in France. Today, there are petitions pending in the Supreme Court which have been referred to a 9-judge bench, and we are permitting doing of things through the subterfuge of a rule what was prohibited by the Act. The Supreme Court on 15th October 2015 allowed Aadhaar to be used only for the 6 government schemes of public distribution, LPG, rural employment, employees provident fund and pension scheme. But now there are several government agencies which have begun to insist on Aadhaar card for even opening a bank account or for various other purposes. This can jeopardize the privacy and security of the citizens, and no attention is being paid for safeguarding the data from the hackers. We must be able to guard against hackers, particularly in the context of China and Pakistan getting into our systems all the time and many a time succeeding. How we intend to safeguard the personal information. It's not only that we are completely blissfully unaware of the dangers of that information. If this information becomes available to anyone, anybody's fingerprint can be planted anywhere because the fingerprint will be available. My fingerprint can be planted. My iris impression can be planted. It will become extremely dangerous, and it is precisely for these reasons that number of democratic countries have abandoned this project. Unless we can safeguard the data, then only it can be permitted to be used for the purpose for which the Act was enacted, and that is only for the use of services. Then second point I want to submit, sir, is that removing a cap on donations and also to make them anonymous, it only achieves one purpose. It manages to multiply political corruption. If that is the aim of the finance bill, then they must be clear about it. The third is with regard to winding up of the tribunals. By a notification of the mere rules, there are several statutes which will have to be amended, but in the process what is being provided is that by virtue of the rules, the government will decide the qualifications, the method of appointment. There is no regard paid to the law which has been declared by the Supreme Court that even with regard to the appointment of the members of various tribunals, the courts must be consulted to ensure that they are independent and they are not the persons with questionable integrity. Now, in this matter, I submit that you cannot permit the delegation of essential legislative function. What will be the qualifications for the members is an essential legislative function, and if it is delegated to the government, it will amount to abdication of the legislative responsibility, and I strongly oppose this. There are
Yes.
a number of tribunals, 27
Okay.
tribunals, and 7 are sought to be shut down immediately. They can be paid 3 months' salary and told to go home. That is what is left of all the tribunals. I strongly oppose these 3 provisions in the finance bill, sir.
Thank you very much.